Quote number 1. Look at how a single candle can both defy and define the darkness. This actually means that light is something that nullifies dark and defines it at the same time. Darkness is something that exists because of light. Same thing can apply to difficulties and hope. That ray of hope is actually something that eliminates and defines the struggle in a particular person's life. One way to understand this is through an example of Dementors in Harry Potter. Dementors are creatures of darkness, absence of hope, despair, absence of feeling, etc. The incantation to fight the Dementors is the Patronus charm, Expecto Patronum, which actually means, I expect a guardian. It is actually light whose intensity is dependent on the strength of happy memory that you think of in your mind while performing the Patronus. The shape of the Patronus could also be different for different wizards. By the same token, all human beings have different rays of hope according to their levels of struggles in their life. The Patronus makes the Dementors go away and defines what Dementors actually are. Quote number 2. Laziness may appear attractive, but work gives satisfaction. Laziness is the comfort zone of any individual. Additionally, it is also the comfort zone of the mind. By nature, human beings are lazy. That's why we love sleep so much. And laziness is too captivating and we don't want to get out of it. But it tends to get boring after some time. When you don't have enough challenges that are either bigger or equal to your level of work, you feel a certain sense of emptiness in your life. You become stagnant, and that actually murders the enthusiasm inside you. After some time, you won't be able to work even if you want to. All of this causes massive boredom and also causes you to become unsatisfied. So to stay satisfied, we have to work and challenge ourselves either at the level of body or at the level of mind. One way to understand this is through the example of water. Stagnant water is breeding ground for bacteria and starts to rot with time. By the same token, our mind and body start to rot with time if we leave them unused. Eventually, we become prone to different diseases at the level of body and mind. One thing to learn here is that to stay satisfied at the level of mind and body, we have to keep working and keep growing. Quote number 3. In the long run, the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit. This means that in the long term, what matters is actually the way of feeling, which is very light and kind. On any kind of work, feeling actually matters more than talent and hard work. For example, in a business, success comes from the kind of spirit that the team has. Spirit is the eternal part which is permanent. Even if the quality of your products is not top class, and even if you don't have the smartest people in the world in your team, your business has a lot of chances of success if the spirit of your brand is something that people can relate to. Spirit can do a lot of the heavy lifting for you in any aspect of life if you develop it. This can be done by being absolutely honest and genuine about whatever it is that you are trying to do. If you are able to do this, it can take you on another level altogether in life. Quote number 4. Think of all the beauty still left around you and be happy. This means that we tend to focus on things at surface level and give more importance to things which are negative. Both good and bad exist in a person's life, but focusing more on bad gets a person away from the good stuff. We tend to miss a lot of beauty by wasting our time on things which are not important. For example, we are too busy hustling to achieve a certain level of financial and physical success that we miss out on the beauty of nature. The best kind of beauty is nature itself. The mountains, river, sun, sky, etc. are amongst the beauties of nature, and we tend to overlook them in our daily lives. Sitting just staring at these wonders of nature actually makes you happy and is cathartic. Difficulties exist in all people's lives, but it is important not to forget about the beauties of life. Quote number 5. The best remedy for those who are afraid, lonely or unhappy is to go outside, somewhere where they can be quiet, alone with the heavens, nature and God. Because only then does one feel that all is as it should be. This means that the relief for people who feel lonely, left out, scared, unhappy is that they should go out somewhere and sit in silence alone without an electronic gadget and just observe nature. For the first time in their life they will be able to see reality as it actually is. Most problems that we have in our life are actually created by our own mind. No matter how much we act to the outside world, but the reality is that we are empty inside, and the only solution to this problem is that we need to understand ourselves deeply within. We are scared inside because of the unknown, but when you actually try to observe yourself in silence, you understand that most of our fears are imaginary and it is a very easy task to overcome them.